First thing you want to do when making fry jacks is make sure that you have all the ingredients. Like I said before, you're going to need flour, baking powder, butter. Make sure the butter is room temperature. You're going to need sugar, white sugar, and hot water. Reason is cold water doesn't do a better job than the hot water would. And of course a spoon. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the flour. What I have here is 3 cups of flour. Doesn't matter what type of flour it is. What you're going to do next is mix all the dry ingredients together, such as the baking powder. Now, I don't have an exact measurement when it comes to the baking powder, so what I do is I take a small spoon, take some out, and just drizzle it over it. So like maybe that's 1 or 2 spoons the most of baking powder. And then you want to add your sugar. Now remember that it must be white sugar, not brown sugar. You take about a handful, or like a scoopful, and you drizzle it around in the pan. Now, next thing you're going to do is just mix it all together for 2 to 3 minutes before adding the butter and the water. Now, being that I'm making a lot, 3 cups full, I'm going to use an entire stick of butter. So now we're going to take a butter. It doesn't matter what type of butter it is. Just make sure that the butter is room temperature. Now, after adding that, we're going to add our hot water. Now, as you're squishing it, squish it as if you're playing with Play-Doh. Kneading it will only make the dough tough. Add a little bit of water at a time while mixing it. It's going to look like this, or it should look like that. It's supposed to be very mushy, but it's not supposed to be brittle. When you've gotten it to this consistency, we're going to now take it out and roll it on the either counter, or if you have something wider that you can roll it in, you can also do that as well. But it's all up to you, however you feel you need. To get the flour off of your hand, rub your hands together. If your flour turns out to be too sticky, notice I said sticky, not brittle, add as much flour as you need to until you have the consistency that you desire. Notice that I'm still not kneading the flour. Notice that I'm still continuously, as it's forming, that I'm not kneading, I'm squishing the flour or the dough. Now, if you ever feel at any point that it's not the consistency you would like it to be, feel free to add flour. After you've gotten a big ball like this, you can either start to roll it off and leave it to set.